So this is experiment number 6, adder, subtractor, binary to gray and vice versa using IC 74139. It is a part of third semester, Digital System Design Lab, 18 ECL 38. It is from ENC department. So I am Manjunath KM, Assistant Professor EC Department, RVTM, Bengaluru. So the main aim of this experiment is majorly divided into 6 different subcategories. We have to implement this half adder, half subtractor, full adder, full subtractor using this IC 74139. Similarly, apart from that, some code conversions, that is binary to gray code conversion and vice versa, that is gray to binary code conversion. We are going to convert a 3-bit binary to 3-bit gray code conversion. Similarly, 3-bit gray to 3-bit binary code conversion operation using this IC, that is 74139 IC. So basically we should know something about this 74139 IC that we will be seeing now. So that is the main aim of this experiment. Okay, so this IC is a dual 2:4 decoder IC. Even this is also having one more name, that is also called as a dual 1:4 demultiplexer IC. Why it is called so, we will just see now. So after knowing the aim of this experiment, we should know what are the apparatus required for this experiment. So the major apparatus that is required for this experiment is we require one 74139 IC, which is a dual 2:4 decoder as well as a dual demultiplexer IC. Similarly, we require one NOT gate IC 7404 IC, one 2-input NAND gate IC, that is 7400 IC, two 4-input NAND gate ICs, that is 7420 IC. Apart from that, we require trainer kit as well as patch cards. Is it okay? So that is all about the apparatus required to perform this experiment. Then coming to the theory, already it is explained in the theory part. So basically we know what is this demultiplexer. Demultiplexer is a combinational circuit that has one input. We usually call it as a data input. For example, if I take like this, it has a one input, data input, 1:2 power n. Okay, 1:2 power n, and we have many outputs, one input, many output. Is it okay? And this input will be outputted to any of these many outputs with the help of what? Select inputs. Okay, these are called as select input. How many select inputs will be there? There is n, right? Small n. So there are n select inputs here. Okay, n select inputs. So out of these outputs, only one output will get the data input, whatever we have given here, with the help of select input. That is nothing but demultiplexer. Okay, so that is the actual demultiplexer concept. Already we know this in the theory. In order to tell you briefly, demultiplexer has one input signal, n control or select input signal, and it should be actually 2 power n. Okay, 2 power n, 2 power n output signals. Okay, similarly something about decoder. Okay, you should know. So basically decoder is nothing but exactly opposite to encoder. In encoder, what we exactly do is we encode the input, means big input can be converted into equivalent small output for encoder. But here it is somewhat different. It is exactly opposite to this. A small input can be converted into a big output. Okay, means we are decoding the input. For example, we have what 1:2 or 2:4, like that. Okay, in general what we can tell you is we have n:2 power n decoder. Okay, so that is the actual thing. Means for example, if I take n is equal to 2, then 2 power n will be 4, 2 to 4 decoder. That is one example. Okay, so decoder means converting small thing to big thing. You can just think like that. Okay, so the same is why I'm telling at this moment means we have one dedicated IC here, that is 74139 IC, which is a 16 pin IC. You can just see here this has a 16 pins, and you can see all the input pins except very few input pins like second pin, third pin, 16th pin and 8th pin, except these, and followed by 13th and 14th pin. All are active low input pins. Active low in the sense you can see here there is bubble, means if you give 0 that will be on, if you give 1 that will be treated as off for this active low inputs, except this whatever I have shown here, except second pin, third pin, 14th and 13th pin, which are acting as a select input pins, and ground and VCC pins. Okay, except that all other pins are active low pins. That is one more important point. And now I already told you this IC has a two purpose. This IC 74139 can be used for dual purpose. One is it acts as a dual 1:4 demultiplexer IC. Why the name dual? Dual means it has a two 1:4 demultiplexers within a single IC. So that is one application of this IC. One more is the same IC can be used as a 2 to 4 decoder, and we have two 2 to 4 decoders within a single IC, hence it is called as dual 2 to 4 decoder. This is the first 2 to 4 decoder, and this is the second 2 to 4 decoder within a single IC. Means what I am telling here is a single IC can be used for two different applications. It can be used as a demultiplexer. The same IC can be used as a decoder also. Is it okay? Now once knowing this 16 pin IC, we will tell you how this can be used as a 1:4 demultiplexer. You can see here, one means one input should be there, and there should be two select inputs, right? This second pin and the third pin, you can just see S0A and S1A, they are acting as a select inputs, and we have four active low outputs. So this is the first 1:4 demultiplexer IC. Similarly, we have second 1:4 demultiplexer IC where one input and four active low outputs are there, right? Active low input, active low output, and we have two select inputs, that is S0B and S1B. Is it okay? So this is for second 1:4 demultiplexer IC. Similarly, you can see the same IC can be used as a 2 to 4 decoder. So 2 to 4 means we have two inputs. Here S0A and S1A act as a select, not select input, data input. Okay, and this four outputs 2 to 4. This is the first one, and in order to enable that, we have one enable pin, means EA bar is dedicated for this first 2 to 4 decoder. If you turn on this, then only first 2 to 4 decoder will work. Similarly, we have second one, that is a second 2 to 4 decoder IC, where you can see two inputs and four outputs. Is it okay? So for enabling that, we have to use this 15th pin IC, the 15th pin of this IC, that is EB bar. If you enable this, then only it will be used. Okay, so this is first and second dual 2 to 4 decoder. Okay, then after knowing this, the same truth table can be addressed here. So first demultiplexer and decoder. Okay, so the same truth table can be used for explaining this IC. Means you can just forget about this two rows. Okay, whatever I am cancelling now. So where with the help of this first row, second row, and this part, okay, we can tell you this IC can be used as a demultiplexer, where demultiplexer means we require one data input and select inputs followed by output. So one data input, 1:4 output, and for selecting that we have select inputs. For 0 0, this Y0 will be selected. Why it is 0? Because it is active low. Okay, active low means 0 means on, 1 means off. Okay, similarly, whenever we say 0 1, only Y1A will be on, all others will be off. Whenever we say 1 0, only Y2 will be on, all others will be off. Whenever we say 1 1, Y3 will be on, all others will be off. So this is how we can use the same IC for a demultiplexer application. You can forget about these top two rows now. Okay, then we can just concentrate on this row, and these things. Okay, bottom one. Now whenever we want to use this as a decoder, this EA bar acts as a enable input. If you enable this, means if you give 0, then only this IC will work. If you give 1, this IC will not work, and whatever you give irrespective of the inputs, the output will be irrespective. Okay, so don't care. But whenever this IC is enabled, you can just see here, whenever IC is enabled means we have to enable it by giving active low input, that is 0. So for first case 0 0, you can just see decoder means output Y0A should be on. Similarly, whenever it is 0 1, 1 means it is Y1 should be on. Whenever we say 1 0, Y2 should be on. Whenever we say Y3, final thing, that is final, this one should be on. So this is what you are supposed to know. Okay, so after knowing these things, okay, how it can be used as a demultiplexer or a decoder, okay, what is our next duty? And one more important thing is, when both the enable pins are off means when both the enable pins are 1, this IC cannot be used. So be careful. So for that reason, we just ground these two things. Means we are giving active low input, that is 0 and 0, where we can turn on this and turn on this enable input for various applications. Okay, that is major requirement for this particular IC. So that is what I have given in the theory part. So this IC is a 16-pin IC. It can be used as a 2 to 4 decoder and 1:4 demultiplexer, and we have only select inputs which are active high inputs, but apart from that outputs are active low. Similarly, active high inputs, that is select inputs, and active low outputs, and enable pins are also active low. That the information I have given here. You can just go through that. Okay, then how it can be used as a half adder, half subtractor, that you are going to see now. Okay, now it is our duty to inform you, because already I shown you in the aim of this experiment how this can be used as a half adder, half subtractor, full adder, full subtractor. Okay, we'll just see that now. So now we will see how this can be used as a half adder. Before that, we'll see what is half adder. Half adder is nothing but it has two inputs and two outputs. Adder, basically adder is nothing but it is going to add two different entities. So here it is going to add two different binary numbers, x and y. Whenever we have two inputs, four combinations are possible, because 2 power n inputs means here n is 2, so 2 power 2 is 4 inputs. Four combinations, 0 0 0 1 1 0 1 1, they are the input combinations, and we have two outputs. One is sum output and one more is carry output. So you can see 0 and 0 first combination is the input. So 0 plus 0, whenever we add, we usually get 0 as the output sum, and sum itself is 0 and there is no carry. Carry is also 0. Okay, so this is what we are going to get. Is it okay? So whenever we go for next combination, okay, for next combination, whenever we see 0 and 1 combination, okay, for 0 plus 1, whenever we add, we usually get some output as 1. Okay, but there is no carry, hence carry is 0. So same thing you can see here. Next combination, okay, so whenever we take 1 plus 0, so for that also 1 plus 0 means actually it is 1. Okay, so sum is 1 and there is no carry. Carry is 0. Is it okay? Next combination, 1 plus 1, actually for that you have to do like this. 1 plus 1, actually we tell it as 2. Okay, 1 plus 1 is 2. 2 means we write it as 1 0 in binary. So where this 0 is the sum, 1 is carry. Okay, same thing we have shown here. Then once if you are able to write this functionality table or truth table, next duty is we have to get the expression for sum as well as carry output. Okay, so in order to get the expression for sum output, we use this k-map. So you can just see here 0 1 1 0 is the output, so we just put it here, and finally if I try to find out whether quad is possible, no. Whether pair is possible, no. Only single terms can be used for getting the expression, and in this you can just see it is nothing but x bar y plus x y bar, which is nothing but exclusive OR gate. So it can be written as x exclusive OR with y. So that is the expression for sum. Same thing here I have written. Next, in order to see the carry expression, so it is 0 0 0 1, so only 1 is there. So what is this expression? It is nothing but x y. Okay, so that is how you will be getting expression for carry also. Then we will go for half subtractor. So what is basically subtractor? It is going to subtract two different entities. Okay, whenever we say 0 minus 0, what is the result? So we will get borrow as well as difference. So difference you will get, and borrow you will get. So for that you can just see half subtractor. Half subtractor is basically having two inputs and two outputs. So two inputs are x and y, two outputs are borrow and difference. So whenever we say two input, four combinations are possible: 0 0 0 1 1 0 and 1 1. We'll see one by one now. So for this 0 0 combination, whenever I subtract these two things, 0 minus 0 is obviously 0. So difference is 0 and we have not taken any borrow. So that is what you are able to see here. Next combination, okay. So whenever it is 0 1, so for this combination, whenever it is 0 1, 0 minus 1, it is somewhat different. It cannot be done. Okay. So for this what we will do, we will take borrow from this. Okay, then what it will become? It will become 1 0. 1 0 is nothing but 2. 2 minus 1 is actually 1. We have taken borrow, hence we have to put it as 1. So that is borrow and difference output. Okay, borrow and difference output for this. Next combination. Okay, next combination is 1 0. So 1 minus 0 is actually it is 1. Okay, so difference is 1 and we have not taken any borrow. So borrow is 0. Okay, so that is next combination. So we'll go for next combination and the final combination for a half subtractor, that is 1 minus 1. Basically 1 minus 1 is 0. Is it okay? And we have difference is 0 and we have not taken any borrow, hence it is also 0. Is it okay? So that is all about half subtractor. Once if you are done with the half subtractor functionality table, it is our duty to get the expression for difference and borrow. So in order to get this expression, again go for K-map technique. So 0 1 1 0, whenever I put here it is missing. Okay, so there is no quad possible, there is no pair that is possible, only single entities we have to take. So it is again x bar y plus x y bar, which is nothing but XOR operation with x and y. So it is nothing but x XOR y. So that is difference is as same as sum, as the same as sum, that is x XOR with y. Next, in order to get the borrow expression, what we need to do? So in order to get borrow expression, again use the K-map. So it is 0 1 0 0. So in order to get that 0 1 0 0, what is the expression? It is nothing but x bar y. So that is difference output. Is it okay? So you can see here that is the difference output, but it is not difference, it is borrow output. So it is not equal to carry output, but almost they are same. uh, for carry what you got is it is xy. Okay, for carry you got xy, but wherever x is there, if you replace it x bar, you will get borrow. So this is one more way of remembering half adder and half subtractor truth tables. Okay, next we'll go for full adder and full subtractor truth tables. So whenever we say full adder, we have 3 inputs and 2 outputs. So x, y, z are the inputs, carry and sum are the outputs. So whenever we say 3 input, obviously 2 power 3 is 8. 8 combinations are possible from 0 0 0 to 1 1 1. Okay. Now whenever we say 0 0 0, so obviously you people know that 0 plus 0 plus 0 is 0, sum is 0, and there is no carry. Whenever we say 0 plus 0 plus 1, it is 1. So 1 means there is sum 1 and there is no carry. Next combination 0 plus 1 plus 0, that is again 1, so there is no carry. Next combination 0 plus 1 plus 1, actually it is 2. How we represent 2? 2 is nothing but 1 0, where this 1 is carry and sum is 0. Okay, then 1 0 0, what is this 1 0 0? Again it is 1, there is no carry. Next 1 0 1, 1 0 1 is 1 plus 0 plus 1 is 2. 2 means we represent it as 1 0, where this is carry and this is sum. Similarly, next combination 1 1 0, for that again we will get 2 2, where it can be represented as 1 0, where 0 is sum, 1 is carry. Final combination we have 1 1 1, where 1 plus 1 plus 1 is 3, but how we represent this 3? 3 is nothing but 1 1, where this 1 is sum, this is carry. Okay, so this is how we write the functionality table. Functionality table is nothing but truth table. Once you are done, it is our duty to write the expression for sum and carry, because we require this for implementation. Okay, so what is the expression for sum? Use the K-map. What is the expression for carry? Use the K-map. So how to use this, we'll just see now. So you can just see, after putting this 0 1 1 0 and 1 0 0 1 in the K-map, you got like this, and there are no octet possible, there is no quad possible, there is no pair possible, only single entities. And after realizing this expression, what we'll be getting is, it is nothing but x XOR with y XOR with z. Okay, then similarly, how to get the carry expression? Carry expression, so it is 0 0 0 1 0 triple 1. So after putting all these things in the K-map, there is no octet possible, there is no quad possible, only pairs are possible. You can see 3 pairs are possible between this and between this. So if I write the expression for this, you will be getting okay, this is nothing but carry expression. I'll just tell you. So it is nothing but xy plus yz plus zx plus zx. Okay, So that is nothing but carry expression. So the same thing is written here, xy plus yz plus zx. So sum and carry, we got it. Similarly, we will go for full subtractor. Full subtractor means 3 input 2 output combination. So again 3 input means 2 power 3 is 8. 8 combinations are possible from 0 0 to 1 1 1. Okay. So for this we will see what is the truth table or functionality table. So 0 0 0. Is it okay? So 0 minus 0, 0 minus 0, it is 0 only. There is no difference and there is no borrow. I am repeating, 0 minus 0 is 0. Okay. And this is first input, second input, that is x and y. Okay. First we have to do that, x minus y. Then obtained result, again I had to subtract it with z. What is that, z? So z is again 0. 0 0 0. 0 minus 0 is again 0. Okay. So difference, whatever you got is 0. And we have not taken any borrow, so borrow we have not taken at any time, so this is also 0. This is borrow. Okay, so this is how you are supposed to do this entire process. Difference and borrow you will get. Next combination we will see. So 0 0 1. Okay, so first we have to subtract 0 minus 0, x minus y. So result is 0. Done. Again y, z. Okay, x minus y, this is x, this is y. Okay, x minus y is 0 minus 0, and we obtained the difference. Again we have to subtract it with z. So difference obtained should be subtracted with z. So 0 minus 0 is 0, again 0 minus 1. So we cannot do that, so for that we have to take borrow. So whenever we take borrow, it will become 1 0. 1 0 means 2. 2 means 2 minus 1 is again 1. Since we have taken borrow, we have to take it as 1. So borrow is 1, a difference is 1. So that is what we have written here. Next combination, 0 minus 0 1 0, that is 0 minus 1. Again it is not possible, so first only we have to take borrow. So whenever we take borrow, output is 1, please remember. Okay, then whenever we take borrow, it will become 1 0. So 1 0 means 2. 2 minus 1 is 1. Then minus z. What is that? 0 1 0. So whenever we take 0 1 0, so 1 minus 0 is 1. So both difference and borrow are 1. Is it okay? For next combination, we will see 0 1 1. Okay, for 0 1 1, 0 minus 1 is 1. It is not possible, right? So we have to take borrow. So whenever we take borrow, borrow is equal to 1. Okay, borrow is equal to 1. Okay, then it will become 1 0. 1 0 means 2. 2 minus 1 is 1. So again we have to subtract this with 1. So 1 minus 1 is 0. So whenever we say 0, this is difference output. Okay, so 1 0. Next combination we will see. Okay, so 1 0 0. 1 minus 0 is 1. Again minus 0 is again 1. There is no borrow, but only difference is 1. Okay, next combination we will see 1 0 1. Okay, so 1 minus 0 is again 1, and minus 1 because z is 1. So 1 minus 1 is 0, and we have not taken any borrow, so 0 0. Next, last two cases, 1 1 0. 1 minus 1 is 0. Okay, and minus 0 is again 0. We have not taken borrow, so it is 0, and difference is also 0. Final combination, we will just see that 1 minus 1 minus 1, right? So 1 minus 1 is 0. Okay, then again minus 1. So this is not possible. We have to take borrow. Whenever we take borrow, it will become 1 0. 1 0 means 2. 2 minus 1 is 1. And since we have taken borrow, borrow is also 1. So this is all about full subtractor truth table. Okay, once if you are able to write this truth table, then our duty is to find out the expression for difference and borrow. So how to get the difference expression? So use the K-map. So using K-map, we will get a difference expression. For that, you write K-map and fill it. There is no octet possible, there is no quad possible, no pair possible, only single terms. So after writing the expression for this, you can see here, it is as same as sum expression, that is x, XOR with y, XOR with z. So sum and difference are same for full subtractor and this full adder. Okay, you should know that. Okay, so this is for full subtractor, this is for full adder. Okay, then you can go for borrow expression. You can just try to use the K-map and try to fill it, and 3 pairs are possible. So if you write this expression, you can see here it is nothing but x bar y plus yz plus zx bar. Z x bar. In the previous explanation, if you remember, wherever x is there, I just replace it with x bar, then it is equivalent to borrow expression. So what I can tell you is, in order to remember this full adder and full subtractor, difference is as same as sum, okay, but borrow is as same as carry, provided x is x bar, replaced with x bar. So this is what we have seen even for half adder and half subtractor also. Okay, so this is the way you are supposed to remember the expressions for uh, full adder, full subtractor, half adder and half subtractor. So once this is done, it is our duty, okay, to implement this half adder, half subtractor, full adder and full subtractor using 74139. We will see that later. Before that, two more concepts, okay. So we have to deal with the two more concepts, that is the code conversion technique, binary to gray and gray to binary. Again, you can just go through this theory part, okay, why gray code and what is the application of gray code, what are the other names for gray code, everything. Gray code is also called a cyclic code, reflected binary code, RBC, reflected binary. Sometimes it is called by different names, and for what purpose this is used, all these things you should be aware, okay. For cryptographic applications where we encrypt and decrypt the things, you can use this, okay. Apart from that, you have a number of applications you should be aware, okay. Then we'll see the actual things now. So what is this binary to gray code, and how you got this, okay. So all these things you should know, okay. First and foremost, I will try to write the truth table for this. So binary to gray code, how we do this actually? So it is nothing but 3-bit binary to gray code conversion, whatever you can see here. So whenever we say binary to gray, binary inputs B0, B1, B2. We take this B2 as MSB, B0 as LSB. So that is 3 input, and we have 3 outputs, G0, G1, G2. Okay. So that is 3-bit output for gray. Okay. Now how to fill this truth table? So in order to get G0, what we need to do means we have to take B0 XOR with B1. Means these two inputs should be XORed in order to get G0 output. Is it okay? Similarly, how to get G1 expression or G1 truth table? So in order to get this, what you need to do means for G1 you have to start with B1. So B1 XOR with that neighbor, okay, B2. So you have to XOR with B1 and B2 to get G1. Okay, then you can see how to get G2. G2 is obtained by XORing B2 with the neighbor. There is no neighbor, so you just take whatever it is there in B2 as G2. So this is how we will do this. Okay, if there is a G3, again you can go for a B3 versus there if there is a higher bit. Okay, so in order to conclude, G0 is obtained by XORing these two, B0 and B1. So I can just directly say G0, you can just see here, G0 is nothing but B0 XORed with B1, G1 is nothing but B1 XOR with B2, G2 is nothing but B2 XOR with B3. There is no B3, hence it is only equal to B2. Okay, same expression also you will be getting. So now you can just see here. So how to get this expression? For 3-bit binary input, we have 8 combinations, 0 to 7, that is 0, 0, 0 to 1, 1, 1. So for this, you can just see for 0, 0, 0 combination, you are getting 0, 0, 0 because using that concept. Okay. So similarly for 0, 0, 1, how to get this gray code? So first, in order to get this bit, what you need to do, you have to XOR between this and this. So 0, 1, it is 1. Other way of telling this very easily is, you can just concentrate in order to get this G0. What we exactly do, we just XOR this with B0 and B1. But you can see here, the combinations are like this: 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1. Similarly, 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1. So it is like one XOR gate and second XOR gate. So you just fill this with XOR output. What is this XOR output? 0, 1, 1, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0. So that is how you can write this G0 output very easily. Next, how to write this G1 expression output? So you can just see G1 is nothing but XOR between this B2 and B1. But you can see here 0, 0, it is written 2 times, then 0, 1, then 1, 0, then 1, 1, right? So 4 different things are written here, right? So 0, 0 0 0 1 1 0 1 1. These are the four combination written two times. So for it is acting like a XOR gate. So it is nothing but two times you have to write that truth table. So it is nothing but 0 1 1 0. That is the actual output for XOR gate, right? So same thing 0 1 1 0, but you write it two times because it is two times. So this is one more way of writing gray code output. Finally, you can see G2, there is no XOR operation. So whatever it is there in B2, that is 0 0 0 0, same thing you write it. G 1 1 1 1, same thing you write it because it is equal to B2. So this is all about binary to gray code conversion truth table. Then you can write the expression for G0, G1, G2 with the help of K-map. So that also I explained here. So in order to get G0 expression, use this K-map, G1 expression, use this K-map, G2 expression, use this K-map. And if you try to find out whether any octet is possible, quad is possible, it is not possible. Only pairs and quads are possible. So pair is possible here and pair is possible. So if you see realized expression, it is nothing but a b1 bar b naught, okay, plus b1 b naught bar, b1 b1 b naught bar, which is nothing but XOR operation between b1 and b naught, okay, b1 XOR with b naught, okay. So that is the actual thing. Next, similarly you can see here output, gray output for second bit, that is G1, okay. So in order to get G1 output, it is nothing but again two pairs are possible. You can just see here, and it is again XOR operation between B1 and B2. But finally, whenever you can see G2, okay, that is quad is possible. Only B2 means G2 is equal to B2. So this is the way to get the expression for binary to gray code conversion. This is 3-bit binary to gray code conversion. So next we'll go for theory concept related to reverse, that is vice versa, 3-bit gray to binary code conversion, okay. So how to do this? So 3-bit binary to gray, we have seen 3-bit gray to binary. So in order to get that, it is somewhat different. You can just see here, whenever it is gray to binary, it is somewhat different. So gray input G2 G1 G0, binary output B2 B1 B0, because it is a 3-bit length. So in order to get this binary output B0, what you need to do means you have to take XOR between these three terms. These three terms. That is, it is exactly same as G2 XOR with G1 XOR with G0. Okay. Similarly, in order to get B1, it is as usually, it is as good as saying XOR operation between G1 and G2. Similarly, in order to get B2, it is nothing but XOR operation between G2 and the successive bits, but there are no successive bits. So it is nothing but B2 is equal to G2 or G2 is equal to B2. Okay. Sorry. So I am repeating. In order to get B0, you should take XOR operation between these three. In order to get B1, start with G1 and XOR operation between G1 and G2. In order to get B2, you start from G2. So only G2 is there. So directly take it. So we will try to write the truth table for this. So how to write this? Again, you can just see it is not exactly like a XOR operation. You just be careful. So for writing this, there are various ways. Okay, so you can just use this logic. So you can see 0 0 0 combination. So 0 XOR with 0 is obviously 0. Again 0 XOR with 0 is 0. Then 0 XOR with 0 is 0, 0 XOR with 1 is 1. 0 XOR with 1 is actually, you can just see here 1. 1 XOR with 0 is again 1. Then for this 0 1 1, first 0 XOR with 1 is 1, 1 XOR with 1 is 0. Is it okay? Then next combination 1 XOR with 0 is actually 1, 1 XOR with 0 is again 1. But next combination 1 0 1, 1 XOR with 0 is 1, 1 XOR with 1 is 0. Then last two combinations 1 1 0, 1 XOR with 1 is 0, 0 XOR with 0 is 0. Then 1 1 1 combination, 1 XOR with 1 is obviously 0, 0 XOR with 1 is 1. So you can take XOR operation for all the G2, G1, G0 to get B0. Okay. Next we'll see how to write B1. B1 is nothing but XOR operation between G1 and G2. As usual, we can see 0 0 0 1 two pairs. Okay, 1 0 and 1 1. It is just like XOR operation. So for this we will write 0 1 1 0. So how to write that? 2 times? 0 1 1 and 0. Is it okay? So this is all about B1. Then how to write B2? So B2 is nothing but G2. So same thing, whatever it is there, you can just write it. So try to draw the K-map for this B0, B1 and B2 and try to obtain the expression. Okay, you can see the K-map here. There are no octet possible. There are no pairs are possible. There is no even single terms can be just taken into consideration, and finally if you see you will get these three expressions. Okay, so this is how you will be able to understand the conceptual associated with the half adder, half subtractor, full adder, full subtractor, binary to gray and gray to binary code. Once if you know all these things, next task is very important: how to club these things or how to implement the actual logic using the required EM. Okay. Now, after knowing all the things associated with half adder, half subtractor, full adder, full subtractor, and gray to binary and binary to gray, we will see how to implement these circuits using this IC 74139. And one more important thing before implementing this, what you should know is, you please remember this because it is already explained in the theory. Okay, so logic implementation using IC 74139. This is very important. You should be aware of all these things. If it is SOP expression, anyways we usually use SOP expression, and if the logic is active high logic, then we have to implement using OR gate. Okay, but if the output expression is active low logic and SOP expression, for example, we have in this case, that is we are going to use this NAND gate because whatever we have here is active low outputs. Okay, and we are getting the expression for this active low logic, and this needs to be implemented, and whatever we have written here is the expression something like xy plus yz, okay, plus zx. So this is SOP expression. For implementing such expressions we require NAND gate with active low logic. Anyways, we are going to use this NAND gate. And other way is, if it is PYS expression, what is the PYS expression? So something like x bar plus y bar into x plus y bar, like that. Okay, so this is PYS expression. If there is a PYS expression and if it is active high logic output, then you can use NOR gate. But if it is active high logic, active low logic, then you should use AND gate. But anyways, for our application sake, you can just go through this. We have active low logic because this IC you can see only active low logic outputs, and we are using SOP expressions. For that reason, we have to use NAND gate for implementing this logic. Okay, that is one more very important point. Now we will see how to implement this for half adder, half subtractor, full adder and full subtractor. Okay, this is first circuit what you are supposed to remember. Okay, half adder using IC 74139. So you can see here what is the sum expression what we got. Sum expression is what? XY, right? And what is the x XORed with y. Okay, similarly, what is the carry expression? Carry expression what we got is xy. Okay, for getting this expression, what we need to do? So first and foremost, you should remember the truth table associated with this. The truth table associated with this, whatever you got for sum and carry, I'll just show it separately. Okay, for all the four combinations. Okay, only for this I am just showing. Okay, so one more way is okay, I'll just show it here. Okay, here only. So you have half adder. So we have x and y as input and some output. For the time being, you just forget about this carry. So we have 0 1 1 0 as the output, right? So what we will be doing here is, in order to get that upper part, we will just concentrate on this upper part. Okay, so this is just like 0 1 1 0. Okay, 0. So wherever 1 is there, you just take and come that output. Okay, one output, and you just merge that and use one NAND gate. That is the logic. I am repeating, wherever 1 is there, take and come that and give it to a NAND gate, because it is active low and SOP expression. For that we have to use NAND gate. So wherever one is there, you just bring all the things and merge it to NAND gate, and whatever you get output will be that particular truth table output, that is sum. So for 0 1 1 0, it is sum output. So you have to implement like that. And how to get carry output? So it is very easy. Carry, it is 0 0 0 1. So where you will be getting that 0 0 0 1? So here, right? So that carry output we are getting here 0 0 0 1. So this is what we are getting. 1 is present only here. So minimum possible NAND gate inputs is a 2 input NAND gate IC. So you just merge these things and give it to a common input, that is this one. So that is how you will be getting carry output. Okay, you have to use NAND gate because it is active low logic, and it is what SOP expression. So this is how to implement half adder. Then can you just enhance yourself for the circuit associated with half subtractor? Yes, this is the one. So for half subtractor, if you remember, this is the truth table for half subtractor. For these 4 combinations, difference is again same 0 1 1 0. So what you need to do, 1 and 1 is here, so you just give it to NAND gate and you will get sum. But here only one, that is borrow 0 1 0 0. So from this you have to give it to a common NAND gate because minimum possible NAND gate is 2 input. So short it and give it to this. So it will become carry. So sorry, borrow. So same thing, whatever I have shown here, that will be the circuit. You can just see here. So for getting these 4 outputs, you just concentrate top one because it is a half adder, half subtractor, just like that. So first 0 1 1 0. So for that you will get difference 0 1 1 0. Okay. Then in order to get borrow output, it is nothing but 0 1 0 0. So wherever 1 is there, you take only from that point and give it to a NAND gate, but 2 input NAND gate, short it and give it. So then you will get borrow output. Is it okay? So this is very, very important. And whenever we go for full adder, even these 4 parts will be used. And please remember, both the enable pins should be grounded. And here very, very important thing is input should be given to select inputs, and where exactly we are giving X and Y to top one. Top one means A input. Or already while telling that IC diagram, I just told you we are using only above portion. Okay. So here this E0 acts as enable. You are just grounding it to turn on this. It is left option for you, either you can use this or not, but anyways better ground it. Okay, then you can use only these 2 things as XY input, and only this will be used. Okay, so you will be getting sum and carry for this, and depending upon SOP logic, active low logic, you can use NAND gate for getting the proper output. Is it okay? For full adder we require 8 outputs. Okay, because 8 combination. For that reason both the things should be enabled. For that reason I ask you people to ground both the things, and you can make use of these select inputs. Okay, we will see that full adder and full subtractor implementation also. Okay, so now, so basically you have full adder here. Okay, 8 combinations are possible. So some, you just concentrate on this sum. So 0 1 1 0 1 0 0 1. So same thing you can bring it here. So it is 0 1 1 0. Okay, then 1 0 0 1. Okay, so wherever 1 is there, just concentrate this pin, this pin, this pin and this pin. So what I need to do, I need to use a 4 input NAND gate, 1 2 3 and 4. So these 4 inputs I have to give, and whatever I get is sum. Okay, so this is how you are supposed to connect. Okay, this circuit. Next, how to get carry. So where is carry expression for full adder? So this is full adder truth table. So it is 0 0 0 1 0 triple 1. Please remember this. Okay, then I'll go to the circuit. It is nothing but 0 0 0 1. Okay, I need this input. Then 0 triple 1. So I need all these triple 1 inputs. So I require 11th pin, 10th pin and 9th pin. So these 4 inputs I need for one more NAND gate, and whatever I get is carry output. And please remember one more important thing here. S0A and S0B act as a Z input, and S1A and S1B act as a Y input. Then where is that X input means X is given to enable input, because this is very important. I am repeating, X, Y, Z input how we give. So X, whenever it is 0, upper part will be active. Whenever it is 1, lower part will be active. Because in the truth table also you can see X is 0 for 4 cases and 1 for 4 cases. So for this it is active for upper case, for lower case. For that reason I need to give X input, and if I take its inverted output, you will be using NOT gate, and you have to give it for other below portion. So that is how we have given here. So X is given as input directly to first enable pin, and its inverted form you will give it to one more enable pin. And Y and Z, you have to be careful. S1A and S1B act as a Y input. S0A and S0B act as a Z input. So this is all about the circuit for full adder using this 74139 dual purpose IC. Final thing, how to use this as a full subtractor. So you can just see full subtractor truth table now. So here also 8 combinations. So X and Y, they are very important. X, Y, Z. Okay, they are the inputs. Okay. Now please remember 0, 1, 1, 0. Output side I will tell you 0, 1, 1, 0 and 1, 0, 0, 1, just like sum. Okay. So in order to get difference output, it is 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 0, 0 and 1, right? Wherever 1 is there, just take that input and connect it to NAND gate. So 4 ones are there, I require 4 input NAND gate, and I will be getting difference. Is it okay? Next point is how to get borrow. So you just see the borrow truth table. It is 0, 111, 0001. So I am repeating 0, 0, 111. Okay, then 0001. Okay, wherever 1 is there, you just connect that to NAND gate. Okay, these 3 and that one. So I am just connecting it to NAND gate, and whatever you get is borrow output. Is it okay? So that is how you will be getting the output side. But input XYZ, how to connect that? Same like full adder. So X will connect it to one enable pin, and its inverted form will connect it to other enable pin. Because top portion, you can just see the truth table. Top portion, it is 0, 0, 0, 0. Sorry, this is 0, 0, 0, 0, and bottom portion it is 1, 1, 1, 1. So you have to invert that. Okay, so same thing I have done it for full subtractor. Then Y and Z, again as usual, S1A and S1B are Y, S0A and S0B are Z. Okay, this is very important. Apart from that, VCC and ground connections you have to connect. Okay, so 4 different aims what we aimed are done. How to implement half adder, half subtractor, full adder and full subtractor using 74139 IC. Then how to implement this binary to gray and gray to binary. Again, it is just like concept. We already know the truth table for binary to gray. Okay, 3-bit binary to gray and gray to binary code conversion. So first we will go for 3-bit binary to gray. So first, in order to get G0, what we need to do, 0, 1, 1, 0 and 0, 1, 1, 0. So first I'll tell you output side. So this separate, and this separate. So in if I have IC, okay, we have 8 outputs, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, which are active low outputs. So first 4 and last 4. So in order to get G0, first you write this truth table. So it is just like 0, 1, 1, 0, then 0, 1, 1, 0. They are all active outputs. Wherever 1 is there, just take that and give it to NAND gate. Okay, NAND gate input. Then what you will be getting here is it is NAND gate output, and whatever you are going to get at that particular thing is G0 output. Similarly, if you want G1, wherever 1 is there, that is this pin, this pin, this pin, this pin, give it to NAND gate, 4 input NAND gate. Okay, then whatever you will be getting will be equal to G1. Similarly, in order to get G2, what you need to do, you just take wherever 1 is there, 1 is here. So bottom portion, if IC is something like this, 1, 2, 3, 4, then 5, 6, 7, 8. So these 4 you have to connect it to NAND gate to get G2 output. Okay, so same thing you can see it here, G0, G1, G2. So output side, it is just like 0, 1, 1, 0. Okay, 4 outputs, then one you can just see what is G0, 0 1 1 0, then 0 1 1 0. So again 0 1 1 0. So wherever 1 is there, just connect it to G0 for input NAND gate. Similarly, I already told you how to get G1 and G2. Similarly, what you need to do, you have to concentrate on input side just like we did for full adder and full subtractor. So first MSB bit XYZ for full adder, what we did, X is connected to enable pins via a NOT gate. Instead of X, what we have for binary to gray, we have B2, B1, B0 as MSB to LSB respectively. Okay, this B2 is MSB, B0 is LSB. So instead of X, what we have B2. So B2 should be connected to enable and its inverted form to enable B. Okay, then next bit is B1. So for that S1 A and S1B, you have to connect it to B1. Last but not least, that is instead of Z, what we have is B0. So that should be connected to S0A and S0B respectively. Okay, that is B0. So this is input side connection for binary to gray. So finally you will be getting binary to gray code conversion. Finally, we will see how to get gray to binary also. So for that, again same thing. So you just concentrate on this 0 1 1 0 and 1 0 0 1. Wherever 1 is there, take that. What is our next duty? Give it to NAND gate. Okay, then whatever you will be getting is B0. Okay, similarly, how to get B1? So wherever 1 is there, for example, here 1 is there, here 1 is there, here 1 is there, and here 1 is there, you just give it to NAND gate IC, and whatever the output you will be getting is B1. Okay, next, how to get B2? So wherever 1 is there, for example, here, 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 here. So these 4 you have to give it to NAND gate IC, and whatever the output you are going to get will be B2 output. Okay, so this is how you are supposed to do in IC, but be careful while giving the inputs. It acts as X, Y, Z, just like whatever we had in full adder and full subtractor, where we gave this input for both the enable pins. If this is the IC, one directly we will connect and one using NOT gate. Okay, one using NOT gate for one more enable pin. Here in this case, instead of X, what we have G2. Then how to give G1 and G0? 1 2 3 4 select pins are there. So be careful, first pin and the third pin you have to short and give it to G1, and next, that is S0 A and S1A, you have to connect it and give it to G0. So this is all related to input side connection. So we'll see the same circuit diagram now. Okay, so G2 is connected directly to enable pin and its inverted form to one more enable pin. G1, S1A and S1B, G0, S0A and S0B. This is all about input side. Then how about the output side? Output side, it is as per the truth table. B0 means 0 1 1 0 1 0 0 1. So you just write it here, 0 1 1 0 1 0 0 1. Wherever 1 is there, connect it and you will get B0. Next, if you want to get B1, you just see the truth table, this one, this one, this one, this one. So in middle one you have to take. Okay, except this, except this. Okay, then you have to take this one, this one, this one, and this one, except this and except this, and connect it to B1 like that. Okay, similarly for B2 also. Okay, so this is all about the circuit connection associated with 3-bit gray to binary, and the procedure you already know. First and foremost, you should check all the components and patch cards whether they are in good condition. Then put all the ICs as per the circuit diagram in the respective sockets. Then rig up the circuits for a verification of half adder, half subtractor, full adder, full subtractor. Okay, then binary to gray and gray to binary code conversion. So that is all about the procedure, and you should observe and verify the truth table functionality table or truth table associated with all the things, and result you have to write it. So that is all about the actual experiment. If you want, you can just use this DELD sim simulator for software simulation also. Is it okay?